Hello and welcome to Read Aloud 3. And I am here with you on Saturday as, I don't want to say promised, but as planned. So I'm grateful for that. And going forward on the in the book of First Samuel, we are on chapter 21. So let's get into it. David went to Nob. Now, this starts out with a reference, so my eyes are going to immediately go to the bottom of the page. I might as well share that with you. So, in Hebrew texts 21, verses 1 through 15, is numbered 21, 2 through 16. So I also had told you, so I'm going to have to start previewing my chapters as I'm going back over them because I had also told you if it doesn't seem like it really adds any um, information that I think would be, interesting, basically, and helpful to maybe interpreting what the scripture is about, then I won't break up the reading, the flow of the reading. And that didn't seem like it would really, it would definitely depends on what comes before and after. If that changed kind of the reading of it. But let's keep going to verse. Well, I didn't even get through the first verse. David went to Nob, to Ahimelech the priest. Ahimelech trembled when he met him and said, "Why are you alone? Why is no one with you?" David answered Ahimelech the priest, "The king sent me on a mission and said to me, 'No one is to know anything about the mission I'm sending you on. As for my men, I have told them to meet me at a certain place. Now then, what do you have on hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread, or whatever you can find." But the priest answered David, "I don't have any ordinary bread on hand. However, there is some consecrated bread here, provided the men have kept themselves from women." Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so it's because he said David was alone. But it sounds like he's asking on behalf of him and the men, because the king was referring to, "No one is to know anything about the mission I'm sending you on. As for my men, I've told them to meet me at a certain place." Okay. All right. David replied, "Indeed, women have been kept from us. As usual, whenever I set out, the men's bodies are holy, even on missions that are not holy. How much so today?" So the priest gave him the consecrated bread, since there was no bread there except the bread of the presence that had been removed from before the Lord and replaced by hot bread on the day it was taken away. And I see that there is a second reference, but D. Instead of saying, "As usual, whenever I set out," he was talking about men have been kept from women. But this is the other, it says, "or from us in the past few days since." Um, Instead of "as usual, whenever I set out," he may have replied, "Indeed, women have been kept from us in the past few days since 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 the men's body are holy, even on missions that are not." Okay. All right. Now one of Saul's servants was there that day, detained before the Lord. What's going on? Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to turn off the notifications on my computer. I didn't realize. Sorry. I'll have to figure that out for next video. So one of Saul's servants was there that day, detained before the Lord. He was doing the Edomite. Oh, I'm sorry. He was Doeg the Edomite, Saul's chief shepherd. David asked Ahimelech, "Don't you have a spear or a sword here?" So this is Saul's chief shepherd. Remember, he's like in running from Saul right now. Okay, so I think he feels he needs to be armed. "I haven't brought my sword or any other weapon because the king's mission was urgent." The priest replied, "The sword of Goliath, the Philistine, whom you killed in the valley of Elah, is here, is wrapped in a cloth behind the ephod. If you want it, take it. There's no sword here but that one." David said, "There is none like it. Give it to me." That day David fled from Saul and went to Achish, king of Gath. But the servants of Achish said to him, "Isn't this David, the king of the land? Isn't he the one they sing about in their dances? Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands." David took these words to heart and was very much afraid of Achish, king of Gath. So he pretended to be insane in their presence. And it's always a good backup plan. And while he was in their hands, he acted like a madman, making marks on the doors of the gate and letting saliva run down his beard. Quite the actor, too. Achish said to his servants, "Look at this man. Look at the man. He's insane. Why bring him to me? Am I so short of madmen that you have to bring this fellow here to carry on like this in front of me? Must this man come into my house?" And that's where chapter 21 leaves off. Let's see what happens. But this is an interesting chapter, isn't it? Just being able to see, I feel like, the humanity of David in his flight. He's realizing things along the way that he didn't know. He's like, uh-oh, I'm in a place where, like, he kind of, to me, what comes out is like he's just really having to depend on God to get him where he needs to be. And ultimately he does get where he needs to be. He survives. He has, the lineage that follows him into the birth of Christ. So this is kind of really exciting. I just kind of pretty. It's very exciting. Let me just say it. I hope that you're enjoying reading this along with me. And I want to wish you a happy Saturday tonight. Hope you're enjoying, if it's a Sabbath for you, or that you do something special with, it's traditionally, I'm thinking about how we used to listen to a song called Saturday Night Fish Fry. And so every time when I have fish for Saturday, I think of fish on Fridays, and I'm not sure where that tradition came from. And I wasn't able to do it on Friday, so I was gonna have Saturday night fish fry tonight. So I will look forward to seeing you next on Sunday. I have on my other channel. I go by Sunday, which is my middle name. Yeah, so my other channel, I tried to keep up with, and I have not, as of late, been doing a video on Sunday called Thank God It's Sunday. So I hope to see you in one of the other places where I am here on YouTube. See you next time.